Do you remember when we first got lossless scaling frame generation and it was like downloading frames per second, basically downloading FPS for your computer? For this video I'm gonna show you an application called Game Compressor, which is basically downloading disk space for your computer. And no, this is not some kind of cloud storage or something like that. It is just in your computer, games in your computer getting compressed without any kind of performance loss, like zero performance loss. A couple of months ago I received an email saying, "Hi Ancient Gameplays, I loved your past coverage on PC optimization and especially your video on lossless scaling. It showed that your audience loves smart, low-cost Steam utilities that push their PC hardware further. I am a solo indie developer and I just launched a new utility tool on Steam called Game Compressor. It basically does for storage what lossless scaling does for frames." Well, yes and no, it is not exactly the same, but I understand the analogy. It acts as a smart, safe UI for Windows's native LZX file system compression. It safely shrinks heavy games by 30 to 50%, which is not true by the way, it's not even near 30 to 50%, it depends on the game and the data that you can compress. And since Windows decodes it on the fly directly in RAM, there is zero background CPU usage and absolutely no FPS drop while gaming. And it is true, there is no FPS drop. I tested on Cyberpunk 2077 and some other games as you're seeing right now on the screen, and there is absolutely no changes, even in terms of RAM usage, even though it uses RAM to decompress it. Even in terms of RAM usage, I see no difference in RAM usage. The FPS are also the same. Basically nothing changed, but we did save some disk space. It is a lifesaver for PC gamers and handheld users like the ROG Ally or the Legion Go who have small SSDs. And yes, this is not mainly for computers, I would say, but for people with small SSDs, again, maybe in computers, or people running handheld devices that have small SSDs and SSD prices are very high right now. This might indeed be a lifesaver. Exactly the same way that today's sponsor might be your lifesaver. Today's sponsor is GVG Mall, bringing lots of software deals like Windows 10 and several versions of Windows 11 like Home, Pro and even the LTSC Enterprise. You also have Office 2021 with Windows 11 design, where you can use my SKG discount code for 30% off, getting your Windows 11 key for $25 and your Windows 10 one for $15. After that, just use your key on your Windows settings and you'll have an activated system. And then he says, there are zero YouTube videos about this tool yet. I am not asking for a sponsored integration, which it isn't. I just want to get this tool in front of the right audience. You could literally be the very first creator to cover this, rank 1 in the algorithm and so on and so on. All that bullcrap. That is true, but I mean, it's kind of is alluring me. I would be honored if you could test it out. Here is a free Steam key for you, plus 5 extra keys to give away for your community. And yeah, these keys are still worth it, so if you're watching this video and if you're one of the first 5 people to try these keys, they'll work because nobody used them yet. This is the only one used as of now, as of the moment that I'm making this video. So yeah, if you're watching this, just try these keys and they might work for you. As soon as you go to Steam, you can see here the Game Compressor page. I have a usage time of 7.4 hours because I was compressing and decompressing some applications. We had a major update in February 20th, so we had premium UI, HD icons and so on. So I made the video after the application got better in terms of UI, I guess. There is indeed a comment saying that it isn't verified for Steam Deck, and the Game Compressor developer says, "Hello, yes, it would be great if it were on Steam Deck, I know, and I'm working on it. But since I don't own a Steam Deck right now, it might take a while to get it done. In the Steam Deck project, you'll be able to compress games transparently on the SD cards you get for Steam Deck, just like you can on Windows, reducing their size. It just needs a little time, that's all. So it does work on the Steam Deck, but only via the SD card, as of now. As for the application, as soon as you open it, this is what you see. You have the dashboard, the game library and the settings. Let's go firstly to the settings, and you can see that you only have the general settings with start with Windows, minimize to system tray, show notifications, the language option, and by the way you have like Turkish, Deutsch, Portuguese, you have several languages. Then we have the team, the theme and then we have compression and so on. So you have several options here. Mostly you don't really need to mess with them, to be honest, but you can select auto compression. So as soon as you install a game, the game compressor will automatically compress it. On the dashboard you can see the number of games compressed and the last action taken. In this case it was compressing Cyberpunk 2077. That only compressed 2.2 gigabytes. And it's like I told you before, claiming 30 to 50% compressing reduction, or in terms of capacity reduction, yeah, that's not true. In some case scenarios you have a very small reduction. For example, Slay the Spire 2 has like 2.2 gigabytes installed, but as soon as you compress it, you can compress it to half. But there are some games like Cyberpunk that you can't. As soon as you go to the game library, it will search your games, 41 games and so on. If you want, you can filter them from Steam, Epic, Riot, Battle.net and GOG. As soon as I go to GOG, for example, you can see that Cyberpunk is compressed, and of 85 gigabytes, we were only able to save 2.24 gigabytes. And I mean, again, for people with small SSDs, if they have 2, 3, 4, 10 games, as soon as you compress them all, you'll be most likely able to install 1 or 2 games more, which is great. But there are some games where you can actually compress a bit more. For example, Stalker was 165 gigabytes, but we were able to compress it and have 13 gigabytes saved. Basically what you need is just go to the game that you want. So let's try Resident Evil Requiem. You just go, compress, and then you wait. That's everything that you have to do. As soon as you start compressing, it will basically use your disk and your CPU. Now that's interesting. We're using 27%, 27% of our Ryzen 9900X, 12 cores, 24 threads, and 52% of our Nvme. And we're also using our GPU. So I suppose our GPU is I was saying that our GPU was doing compression and decompression, but of course it isn't. It is just being used. The GPU is being used by the recording features. Since we're recording the video, the GPU is being used. But well, in terms of compression and decompression, you only use memory, disk and CPU. So that's it. After it is compressed, it will tell you how much it was able to be compressed, and as you see again right now passing on the screen, you can see that Cyberpunk 2077 loses no performance whatsoever, no crashes whatsoever. It just works as it was intended, and we were able to save a little bit of space. Again, in some case scenarios it might save a lot of space, in others not really, so it depends. So yeah, while this isn't really downloading storage, it is close to it, because you are compressing your games, which usually, well, it takes power to compress the games, it takes time and so on, but usually as soon as you need to decompress those games, you'll have a loss of performance, and since it uses the Windows own system to decompress games using RAM and so on, you'll have no performance loss whatsoever. I also read a comment about the disk writes and loads and so on, and the developer actually told that there is no issue on the SSD side, since again Windows uses that same thing to compress, decompress, so you have the games occupying less space and you have no performance drop, which is a win-win situation, meaning that you'll effectively have more space to save more games or install more games. So if you think about it, it is almost as you were downloading disk storage, because without Game Compressor, you wouldn't be able to install those 1 or 2 more games that you are now able to due to Game Compressor. Not bad. One of the things that I miss here is actually the ability to stop the compressing in between. So as soon as you start compressing, you can't really stop the compressing. You just have to wait for it to compress fully and then decompress it again, which is a bummer. So developer, if you're watching this, just go here, add a stop compressing button, which would be great. For example, here, since I'm recording the video, I would stop the compressing and run Cyberpunk 2077 that is already compressed, but I guess that it is what it is. And well, it seems that even while recording and at the same time recording, doing the game compressing, basically I'm using CPU, disk and RAM, and playing the game at the same time, things are still okay-ish, I would say. The game has some stutters, but this is due to the game's update, plus the drivers and so on. Yeah, it's kind of a mess for Cyberpunk 2077 right now. If you just move to the older version of the game, it just works wonderfully well, very, very stable. But in this newer version, things went bananas. AMD didn't fix it, CD Projekt didn't fix it, nobody cares, it seems. But yeah, it should run much better without recording alone, and even with recording and compressing, it just works decently well. And now the game actually finished compressing, and as you can see, from 77 gigabytes, we were only able to compress 763 megabytes. So yeah, not even 1 gigabyte, which is really bad. So the claim that it was from 30 to 50% in heavy games just does not apply, not even close in some case scenarios. Again, 700 megabytes here, 2 gigabytes there, 4 gigabytes there, and again, there are some games where it can compress a lot. Maybe if I go to, let's say, Deadlock or Marvel Spider-Man, it compresses more or less, I don't really know. Maybe it applies to Crimson Desert, but generally, yeah, the compression will be much less. But just one more time, if you are going or running on a really small SSD, let's say 512 gigabytes or even 1 terabyte, because let's be honest, that's not really big as of 2026, Game Compressor can help. And maybe instead of being able to fit like 10 games inside your SSD, you are now able to fit in, let's say, 11 or 12, and for some gamers that can make the difference, without, again, any performance loss. And well guys, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, leave your like, leave your comment in the comment section, and let me know what you think about the application, if you are thinking about getting it, if you think it is worth it or not, if you are thinking about it as being worth only for things like handheld devices, if you're thinking about it being worth for, let's say, laptops, other things, I don't really know. Just leave your comment in the comment section and let me know what you think about it. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.